Hello and welcome to Wavedata. Today I'm going to take you through the Wavedata Live service and give you an introduction to that. The couple of things that you need to know before you start is the first one, it doesn't matter which browser you're using, but it does matter if you enable pop-ups because most of our services do use pop-ups, so please do that. The website you need to go to log in is wavedata.co.uk and the login button is top right as you see here. So if I click on that, then the login options will appear. If you've previously saved your login username and password as I've done, then that will appear for you, otherwise you type it in. And then the 4 services that we offer appear below that, and you click on the one that's appropriate. Today I'm going into Wavedata Live, which is at the top of the list, and that will allow us to explore this. This service holds the prices offered on price lists to dispensing doctors and retail pharmacies and the prices they pay on invoices over the last 35 days. We put about 100,000 prices in here each month, and the data, which is being fed in all the time, is updated every 15 minutes to keep you right up to date with the latest offers. And the first thing to say on this particular page is you have the Union flag to show you're in UK data at the moment at the top. You also have an Irish flag down here, so you can jump backwards and forwards between the 2 services. The one at the top determines the one you're in at the moment. The main report that users use, probably 90% of users use the product report, so I'll start with that one. And this asks you for the first 4 or more characters of the product name. So I'm just going to put NORT, short for nortriptyline, and then just click next or hit the enter key, and that will take you into a list of products. And then you can choose one of these and click on it. The numbers shown along the column called lines are the number of prices we've been able to collect in the last 35 days for those products. They also tell you if you're using credits to pay for purchase, how many credits you will use each time you run one of these reports. If your company is on an open platinum level subscription, you don't have to worry about those at all. It just gives you clues as to how much data there is. Let's go into the 10-100 first of all and talk you through this. So the first thing to say is we do use some color coding. The brown at the top here is dispensing doctor data. The green is retail data, invoice data rather. If I scroll further down the page, you will see more brown and you will see some pink. The pink is the reimbursement drug tariffs here. Pink is also used to highlight concession prices for generics and list reimbursement prices for brands. So if I go back to the top and talk you through the various fields, the first one is the name of the product. It will also include the name of a generic manufacturer if we know it. The second one is the quantity, so that will show you the number that were actually purchased on an invoice. And the fourth one is the country, so you've got the supplier under supplier there, so the name of that company. You've got the date, you've got the price, which is lowest price at the top, cheapest price at the top by default. Then you've got dispensing doctor or pharmacy in the customer type field, and then data type you have invoice or price list or tariff. If you want to filter, then you do have a certain amount of filtering ability on these boxes at the top of each column. So if, for example, I wanted to look for Accord, just type in ACCO, and then it will find all the Accord offers. Turning that off will put it back to the whole data set again for this particular report. You can do that with any of those reports. The only one that's tricky is when you're looking for all the market data using the data type field. So you can click on invoice and then you hold the control key down on your keyboard before you click price list, and that will add the lot together. So if I scroll up and down, you shouldn't see any pink here at all because the reimbursement drug tariffs have been excluded, so that's missed out. And then when you've done your filtering, then you can export. It's also worth saying that you can turn that filter off, the X button, but you can actually resort any column by simply clicking the column heading. That will allow you to, again, in conjunction with the filtering, sort out the data before you export it. And the export button allows you to copy to clipboard, download a CSV or Excel or even PDF. So it's quite a flexible little tool. And you do have a free text search box here as well, so you can hunt backwards and forwards. Going backwards and forwards between this report and others, you do have the product select, this menu bar here. So you're jumping into product select, will take you back to the list of products we chose earlier. So if you wanted to look for another product, you could click on it. You also have on the menu bar product. So if we went back here, so we've looked at generics. Now let's have a look at brands and parallel imports. So here, let's have a look at Prograph. Prog will probably do it. So I've hit enter key there. So it's come up with the various different Prographs here. So I can then choose one more or less at random. The 1 milligram 60 has 11 prices, so let's have a look at that. So this shows that we have PI data, which is highlighted here in the pink color coding, or light, a kind of cream color coding. And if sometimes you get UK offers in amongst that, but it depends on the supplier as to whether it's completely kosher or not. Another thing that's worth saying is if I go back to the product select, so all those prices were listed as PI, parallel imports. If I go to the 51 milligram capsule and look in here, you do get some that turn up as PE from England, and they have a quantity on them. They are offers made to pharmacies by exporters. So if you're a brand manager working for a branded company, that might be useful to know, and to know how many they're actually trying to gather at the same time. So CST at this point, we're looking for 100 packs. Optimal, we're after 30. Smartway, we're after 10. So it gives you a clue as to what's going on in terms of export activity. A couple of other things that are worth saying. If I go back to the menu button and to the very beginning, you do have some other reports here. You can explore those in your own time. The only ones that I think are worth mentioning is the supplier report number 2, which lists the copies of the invoices or copies of the price lists. In amongst it all, it does have drug tariff here, and that includes, if I click here, it includes the local country drug tariffs. It includes certain parts of these specials and dressings and appliances, and it also has the concessions down here at the bottom, the current ones. And it's also worth saying that we do have the reimbursement list prices for the branded products as well. So if we go down to list price, they turn up there. With one a month. Obviously we don't import it more frequently than that. And if I go back to the beginning, I'll talk about the third analysis, the third section here, the analysis section. That's quite useful to know about because we have something called open groups here. And this is when you're trying to gather information together for commercial reasons. So running a report for category A of the drug tariff would allow you to see all the products that are listed in the category A of the drug tariff. Let's run that and see how long it takes. And that shows you the average, lowest and highest price, market price for each of the category A products as listed in the month that you choose. And that allows you to, again, filter and sort in the normal way. I think that's probably enough for now. Basic introduction. Thank you for your time. Look forward to hearing from you.